all the people sitting on the beach. You should come to Fred Trump to buy a house in Queens. He was like the most aggressive promoter in the history of promoters in his day. That's what he grew up with. That's what the kid grew up with. The only way he could be with his dad was to be on construction sites.
Sure.
So Dad would say, go hang out with the plumbers, go hang out with the carpenters, go hang out with those guys. So I know that when we hear Trump talk,
You think it's his father talking?
that's what, no, well, it's those influences.
Right.
Of that, his rough, his ridiculous comments, like the things we think of, like, how could you say something like that? It's like, comment.
Okay.
And yet today, in the last couple of days, he's been doing the same thing to world leaders that he did to the people who opposed him. And some of it's really good. Like, I always thought that this thing about NATO was ridiculous, that they didn't pay anything, we did everything. So I have this conflict about
So what's
this
your
man.
question?
What do you think about that?
What do I think about that?
Look, everybody is a product of their background and environment. I didn't really ever meet President Trump until he became president. He actually walked over to me when I was having dinner with a friend at Mar-a-Lago, and he said, "You I want to talk to. You're a friend of Bibi Netanyahu. I want you to send a message." That's how I first met him. But I had a previous experience. This is a good story. So it's 1990. I know that because my daughter was just born, and she's 28. So it was January 1990, and I'm representing a woman named Leona Helmsley. And Leona Helmsley decides to send my newborn daughter a 7-foot-high Paddington bear. She sends it up in her private plane. It probably cost $10,000 to give me this Verschwungene bear. So we have this 7-foot bear. It's a soft bear, and it's nice, and our daughter begins to really like it. And about 3 years later, when my daughter is 3, Leona calls me and says, "How do you like the bear?" I said, "Oh, my daughter loves the bear." She says, "I stole it from Donald Trump." I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, I stole it from Donald Trump." She said, "I sold Donald Trump Rumpelmeyer's restaurant in the St. Moritz Hotel on Central Park South. And the bill of sale said all the stuffed animals. If any of you were in Rumpelmeyer's, the decor was stuffed animals. All the stuffed animals come with the sale. But I stole that one for your daughter." I said, "Leona, I cannot allow my daughter to have a stolen item in my house. I'm going to have to return it to Donald Trump." She said, "Well, maybe you should call him." So I did. I reached him. I reached Donald Trump. He was just plain Mr. Donald Trump. He took my call. I told him the story. He laughed. He said, "Oh, we all knew that Leona stole the bear. We had an inventory." She said, "Just tell your daughter it's her bear and it's a gift from Uncle Donald." My daughter is not a Trump supporter by any means, but she has Uncle Donald's bear in her bedroom to show to her friends. Look, Shakespeare was the first, actually the Bible, but Shakespeare and Bible are the most brilliant books because all of the good characters have deep, deep flaws. In the Jewish Bible, every Jewish figure, Abraham, Moses, Joshua, all have deep, deep flaws. Unlike Jesus has no flaws, Muhammad has no flaws. All the Jewish characters. Same with Shakespeare. All of his good characters have deep flaws, and all of his bad characters have redeeming features. I mean, can you imagine anyone worse than Iago who sets up the killing of Desdemona in Othello? But Iago has some redeeming features. You understand him. You realize that he was jealous of Othello, that maybe Othello was actually carrying on with his wife. For Shakespeare, there are no stick figures. And that's why his work is so brilliant. And in life, you learn there are no stick figures. I guess you learn it when you're a criminal defense lawyer, particularly. Because I've represented some of the worst people on the face of the earth. I mean, literally some of the worst people. People who have just killed without any reason. People who I hate. But I'm a criminal defense lawyer. I have to give them the right to a trial. But in almost every case, I have found a redeeming feature. Sometimes it's only their family, not them. But that's what I think we're missing today in politics. Today, if you don't like Hillary Clinton, she's the worst this, the worst that, the worst. How could, if you don't like Donald, she's the worst, the worst, the worst. Everybody has balanced features. you know, I think on balance, Hillary Clinton was much better than Donald Trump. That's why I worked so hard to get her elected. But as somebody once said to me, when I'm in an airplane flying, I root for the pilot. And you know, we have a president. And I wish him well. And he's asked for my help, for example, on the Middle East peace process. And I'm available to him 24/7. I've been to the White House several occasions to meet with his team. I want to see peace in the Middle East. I want to see a two-state solution. I want to see this issue resolved. Nobody has ever lost money betting against peace in the Middle East, but I'm putting my money, my energy, and my time and trying to help that out. Somebody said to me, but if he brings about peace in the Middle East, you increase his chances of being elected. Well, that's the price you pay. I want peace in the Middle East. I want to see a lot of things happen in America that are good. I've urged him on television and in person to end the family separation policies. If he's listening to me on Fox News, fine. I'm going to tell him what I think. And if he's not listening to me, okay, I haven't wasted my time. Maybe other people are listening to me. So, you know, I'm going to continue to defend his rights, to give him advice if he asks for my advice, and to oppose his policies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.